we're going to introduce Sophia here, the T-Mobile Home Run Derby winner in Williamsport, which it's crazy you reached out to me, Sophia, because I saw you on ESPN. I saw the absolute tear you went on, and then you like messaged my inbox the next morning, and I was like, this can't be real. But it was really cool. How are you? How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Yeah, and yourself?
Doing good.
I'm doing good, man. We're excited. I mean, like Nick and I were talking kind of offline. We were like, we're pretty stoked to we were days leading up to this. We're very stoked to get you on here, talk a little baseball, kind of what your experience has been, both on the softball and the baseball side, which I find like really, really neat. Yeah. So we're excited to get going.
Yeah, so am I.
All right. So where did you start? Like with baseball, or did you start with softball and decide to pick up baseball, or which one kind of came first for you?
So I started with baseball when I was about like 5, and then softball I only started playing like this year.
Oh, wow.
Wait, so you just hit softballs 300 feet and you just started this year?
You just started softball this year?
Yeah.
Wow. And so I'm sorry, I should back up. I should probably have done a little bit more background. So where did you grow up?
Right here in Arizona.
In Arizona. Okay. So you've spent pretty much your whole life in Arizona at this point.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you played started off with baseball around 5 and then just started softball this year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Thank you.
As two guys from the Northeast, we are completely jealous that you get to play year-round, by the way.
Year-round baseball, yeah. And that's why I was asking, because it was leading into kind of that question. Like, so when you started baseball so young, right? Like, was it year-round baseball? Like, were you playing fall ball, spring ball, summer ball, like year-round, or are you mixing in other sports in different seasons?
Yeah, it was year-round until I got to middle school, and then I would just play club, but then also do school sports. But when I was little, that's all I had was club baseball.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It's crazy. All right. So walk us through your run here. So like, how did you qualify for the home run derby? And then how did you end up getting to Williamsport to end up winning it?
So I basically, when I started playing Little League, and then I was like, getting into softball, and then we had the district one, and there wasn't many girls doing it, so I kind of knew I was going to get past that one. But then I hit 65 in the in the district one. So yeah, and then that's when I made regionals, and I was kind of expecting to make it to like in the top 4, but then I saw the competition. I was a little nervous, and then I did end up making it, and when I won the regional one.
Yeah, so let me ask you. So you come out of the regional one, going to Williamsport. How much confidence did you have?
Yeah, I was pretty confident, but I mean, obviously I was nervous to mess up or like not do as good as I wanted to, but I was pretty confident going into it.
Good. Yeah, that's always good.
I was going to say, it didn't show ripping off 16 in a row there.
Yeah, well, it was 16 in a row, right? Yeah, that clip is insane. We showed it towards the end of the show when we were kind of pumping it for this week. Like, that was some run, and they were all just moonshots. Like, there was not a single, and no wall scrapers, right? I mean, those things were all no doubt.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Really cool.
Where does your like high finish come from? Because as they were kind of talking through the broadcast, they said they don't really see your high finish much. Does that come from playing baseball all those years?
Yeah, I've always had that finish since I was little. I was taught it. So, staying palm up with the high finish, it's always been kind of my thing.
It's gorgeous. Your swing is unreal. Yeah, your swing's unreal.
It worked well for you. Now, you said you were taught? Is that your dad, or did you have like a coach, like a one individual coach, kind of since you were little, or was it more like your dad or your mom or like a family member kind of stepping in, kind of walking you through that?
Yeah, it was my dad. He's always been with me in this baseball journey.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So how do you, if you do at all, how do you differentiate your swing or your approach from baseball to softball?
Well, the swing isn't different. So, except it's mostly just seeing the ball out of the hands. That's different. That's basically the
Yeah.
only thing. And the way the ball, you know, goes upwards in softball more often, and then in baseball it's straight or downwards. So that's the only thing. And then in softball, there's one release point that they can do, and then in baseball there's many. So that's the only
Mhm.
difference.
So which one do you find tougher? Does it come in stretches where like you kind of maybe getting a little slump in softball, but you are raking in baseball, or vice versa?
Yeah, that definitely happens sometimes, but I think it's easier to hit a softball, but I'm obviously, like since I've been playing baseball my whole life, it comes like more natural to me, with all the pitches. And like in softball, I haven't really gotten used to like the rise ball and like all those things,
Sure.
but yeah.
I guess maybe kind of to veer off of that question that Nick had asked, like when you do find yourself in a slump, whether it's softball, whether it's baseball, how do you find your way out of it? Are you kind of like a let's go to the cage and hit more? Are you like a let's go back to the basics and do some tee work? Or are you just like it's baseball or it's softball, I'm gonna break out of it? Or like do you like change your routine, or is it more of just like a it is what it is?
So it depends like where I went wrong. Like if I went wrong mechanically, then I'll go right to work with that. But if I
Mhm.
went wrong mentally, there's nothing really you can do about it other than going into the next game with a different mindset. So
Love that.
yeah, that's what I think.
Good for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that. Like if it's a mental thing, it's just change your mindset, go into the next game, and like I'm due. But I find it interesting. Like if you're having a mechanical issue, are you noticing that at the plate, or is that kind of like is dad over there taking video? You guys are kind of watching it and seeing where the mechanics are wrong, or can you feel when your mechanics are off a little bit?
Most of the time I can feel, unless it's something like very, very tiny that I can't
Sure.
really like I'll replay the videos and watch, but most of the time I
Wow.
can feel like, especially if it's like timing or like
Yeah.
I'm lunging or crouching or something like that.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, with me, lunging was always a mental mistake for me. Just chasing a bad pitch, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
all right. So I was doing a little bit of reading on you, and you spent some time with women's baseball in Florida, right? And you got to meet
Yeah.
like Monet Davis and other people like that have like pioneered the way for you. Tell us about that experience a little bit.
It was really cool. It was cool to be out there, first of all, playing with other girls who love baseball as well. And it was also really cool to meet a bunch of like powerful women that have done all this stuff. Like, they're making me see the future and that these dreams I can actually do. So like I met Kelsey Whitmore, and
Yeah.
it was so amazing to meet her. Like I saw her and she was just ripped, and I was like, I can do this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I live in North Carolina now, and the Team USA facilities is about half hour from me. So it's really cool. But so that was in Florida. Was that at Dodgertown? Was that where you did it?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really nice facility down there. I had spring training down there one year. It's nice. So what's your ultimate goal out of your whole situation? Your top goal.
Well, so I want to play D1 softball, and also I want to play on the women's national baseball team. Whatever comes first will come first, but those are my goals.
That's awesome.
Do you have
That's
a college program you're already eyeing? Like if you
Which-
like you could pick anywhere. Like you could pick anywhere. Do you have one?
Oh yeah, I would definitely pick the U of A.
U of A? Love that.
Mhm.
Love that. You got I assume you grew up rooting for U of A?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'd be awesome. Dream come true.
Hmm.
Man, that's
Awesome.
absolutely insane. What's your favorite position to play? We haven't even covered that. Where do you prefer to be on the diamond?
So I really love playing center field. I love the outfield and just tracking down balls and calling people off. It's just such a fun time out there.
Taking charge. That's right.
Mhm.
Love it.
Now, will you play typically the same positions in baseball and softball, or do you have like unique positions to each one?
Well, in baseball, I usually play center field. Sometimes shortstop, but I play shortstop a little more in softball. And
Gotcha.
then in baseball, I pitch, but in softball, I don't.
Oh, nice. Would you ever get into pitching in softball?
I don't think so because
No,
it's a little harder to learn it when you're older, especially
I
like
imagine.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Nice.
So going back to the home run derby, and you're in the middle of your, I mean, incredible run. What's going through your mind? Are you just seeing ball, hitting ball, or are you like, I'm in a groove and I'm just like having the time of your life, which I'm sure you were, but like what is immediately going through your mind as you're just on that tear?
Yeah, so it was both of those. It was just like, when I'm up there, everything kind of just disappears and it's just me and the
Mhm.
ball and I'm just trying to hit, the middle of it and take my swing that I've taken a million times in the cage and just, take that same swing as many times as I can.
Yeah. I mean,
At what point did you know? Was it second, third, fourth? Like, at what point did you know? Did you know you were about to go on a run? Like, did it feel different? Like, did you feel like you were in a zone?
Yeah, I think every single time, like, I just got into something where I would hit ball after ball out, and it just, I kind of knew that I was in a groove, and it felt really good.
Yeah, I imagine that's gonna be an awesome feeling.
yeah, there was a couple that it looked like you almost missed, but you just hit them so hard that they didn't have a choice not to go out, which was just as equally
Yeah.
impressive to me. Like it, I mean, it was awesome to watch that. I've rewatched it, no joke, 30 times and it impresses me every single time. So how quick you are to the ball is something I only wish I could have done in my college career. I probably would have played more, but
Yeah.
it
I think they
was
mentioned
really
it
fun
too
to
on the
watch.
broadcast, and I mean, I Nick had said it, and I'll say it too. I mean, I think you have a beautiful swing. I mean, it's short and compact. It's to the ball. Your hands are incredibly quick, and I would say just continue to do what you're doing, man. I mean, this is really really impressive. Really really
Thank
impressive.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Who do you look up to the most? Is there an MLB player or a female baseball player or softball player that you emulate or that you kind of look up to as like an idol or someone you model your game after?
Yeah, well, I definitely look up to Bryce Harper a lot because he did everything at such a young age,
Mm,
and like I read all these stories about him and he just works so hard every single day and he was pushed and he's just in such a great position and he's really made a name for himself.
yeah. Have you seen his cage routine by any chance?
Oh yeah.
And that to me, I could watch that too. It's
Mhm.
beautiful, but it's like
Yeah, no, it's a great answer though. And I think Bryce Harper, and not only did he get into this at such a young age, but he was such a nationally known guy at such a young age, right? And I think there's a lot of people out there, Sophia, that know your name. And I think that started probably a little while back, but really kind of ramped into high gear after the home run derby thing. So, I think that's a great guy to emulate. I think he seems like a wonderful guy, seems to handle it all with grace. I think that's a great role model.
how are you feeling about how are you feeling overall about the success you've had in the last month? Like, have you noticed a big difference, like off the field or anything of that nature?
Like with myself or with other people?
Uh, yes, to both.
Okay, well, I haven't really noticed the difference, but maybe that's just me. I have noticed, I guess, like on my Instagram blowing up, all that. And I mean, I have had a little more confidence, but I've never been like a boaster or like
Yeah,
I've never been kind of like that.
yeah,
So,
that's good. Yeah, let your play do the talking. That's all you need to have happen. But that's awesome. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us. This was absolutely incredible.
And listen, Sophia, we'd love to keep in touch and love to have you on again. I mean, if schedules line up and as things continue to play out, stay in touch. We'd love to have you back on again. I think this was great.
yeah, I'd love to be back. Thank you so much.
All right.
Absolutely.
Good luck going forward. We'll see you later.
Bye. Thank
See
you.
ya.
All right. Take care.